Can't see you right now.
Hi, this is Rosalyn with IGTV and Community with Unity, and today I have with us a TV actor turned into a legend, international artist, and today we're going to begin with his childhood. Let me say hello and welcome to Terry Lawrence. Terry, say hello to the audience here.
Hi, everybody. How you doing?
Great. Well, this guy has an amazing story. He was a child actor, and when you hear how this began, you're not going to believe it. So, how old were you when you got your first break into television? Tell us about that.
I was around 4 years old.
And what do you remember about being 4 years old and breaking into the business?
Well, my dad said I was asking him one day. I wanted to be on TV, and he actually picked me up and put me on top of the TV set. I said, "No, Dad, that's not what I meant." So he said, "Well, you're on TV." I said, "Nah, I'll pass." So, no, actually, that happened. That really happened. And then, so they did get me into modeling for Catalina Sportswear, and I went at the Ambassador Hotel, and I worked with a couple of different people down there modeling clothes. But somebody gave my mom a card for an agent, and we called the agent, and that's what got me started.
Wow. Now, they say you never know you're going to meet when you go out to a shoot or something like that. Was there any people that you met at the age of 4 in that modeling that are still in business today? And who were some of those people you met back then?
Yes, I met Stanley Livingston, who was Chip on My Three Sons at that time. I think he was a couple years younger than me. And then I also met who's the other guy? Uh, Kevin Corcoran
Uh-huh.
and one other person. I can't remember who it else,
Was
but
that Matthew?
oh, Jerry Mathers of the Beaver.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I met
And
him.
and and how was it back then? Were you guys best of friends, and what happened later on in life?
Yeah, we were just little kids, but we were all friendly with each other. It was fun. It was exciting and everything. Modeling clothes and everything. But when I got my acting going with the agent and everything, we worked together later. I ran into them again when I did
Wow.
my uh, show called The Millionaire, where they used passed out the check, John W. Tipton. So I was in an orphanage. That was my first thing I got from agent Hazel McMillan. And she was one of the best agents in Hollywood, or actually the number one child agent. So we got
Wow.
lucky. Yeah.
And then you said you ended up in the Lone Ranger. How did that come about?
Well, through after some commercials and a couple other things, I got a call, and I ended up casting, and I got the part to be on a wagon train with the Lone Ranger, with my father and mother. I think my father got shot by an arrow, and they kidnapped me. The Indians kidnapped me and conked my mom over the head. It's called Miss Aggie's Law. It still plays on TV still, and that one episode. So yeah, I got into work with the Lone Ranger and everything, and it was nice, really nice people. He was exactly like he was in person. Very,
Wow.
very.
And then something about you told me about Abbott and Costello and your favorite scene in Abbott and Costello. How'd that come about?
Yes, I worked I got a call for a part to be a dancer for the Henry, and I was there were cops and robbers in an amusement park, and I was hitting the cop. Actually, the robbers with a frying pan and everything while the cops were chasing them. It was a pretty lively show. You could still see that once in a while in old film, and it worked out pretty good. It was I started doing different parts and things like that, and went into some other movies like Trooper Hook with Barbara Stanwyck and Joe McCrea. That still plays on Western Channel. Stars. I was a little Indian boy chased across the desert. That's a classic. And I did Art Linkletter show. I did a lot of different things. I
And so
worked.
what would you that's quite a history. What would you say to parents today if they wanted to get their kid into the movies? What suggestions would you give to them?
I would start them off probably being as an extra in some of the soap operas to see if they could get into that. There's a lot of competition, a lot of driving back and forth, but if they have the talent, they'll be noticed and picked up. I would join Actors Screen Guild, and actually they have training classes down in Hollywood. Hazel McMillan's daughter, my agent's daughter, has a company down there that trains people. You could either do that or you could do extra work. My son was in Forrest Gump as an extra, so
Oh, wow.
there's the world is your oyster. It all depends on
That
what you want.
You know, that is absolutely true, absolutely true. And if you were to say gratitude to one person who helped you in the movie industry, besides your agent, who would be the one person that most people wouldn't think about that you would want to appreciate and recognize for helping you get to where you are today?
I would think my mom, she was really behind me. She was never a stage mother. Uh, Always enjoyed if I wanted to do it, do the part or whatever, supported me, and it was exciting. As far as anybody else, actors or anything, no, I just ran into people over the years and things. My mom was very supportive of me. That's about the only person I could think of. Yes, and
Were
she's still
you,
alive today. Yes.
and was there any other children's in your family, and were they equally talented in that industry, or was it just you?
Yes, my brother got into acting. He was about 3 years younger than me. He was worked with Roy Rogers. He worked on the Donna Reed show in 1963 with Buster Keaton as a Santa Claus with a pillow under his stomach. And he did some commercials and things too. Not as much as I did, but yeah, we were both in it pretty much.
Wow. Well, that is a great story. I'm so excited to have this opportunity to speak with you. And I know that that is just the beginning of your career, but we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to listen to the stories of how he launched that career from the movies to music. So stay tuned real quick, and we're going to be right back.